Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at another Jeleniowatyy budget creation. This time they've come up with a pogo-hopper rogue. Budget pogo-hopper rogue. Pogo-hopper was one of the cutest cards to be spoiled in the set, and secondly one of the more interesting ones, a nice build around me rare. The pogo-hopper, a 2-mana 1/1 that gets +2/+2 for each other pogo-hopper you've played this game. So if we play a pogo-hopper, it's just a 1/1. The next one we play is going to be a 3/3. The next one's going to be a 5/5, so on and so forth. So kind of similar to Jade's, except I guess the main thing with Jade's is you played it and you left it and it was just as big as it needed to be. Whereas pogo-hopper requires us to put a little bit of effort in to truly make it a gigantic threat. One of the things we have to do that is, of course, Shadow Step. This is one of the better ones as it's cheap, especially once we start getting to those 3, 5, or 7 power pogo hoppers. That's when we can start trading, Shadow Stepping back, play again, and I think those are the situations where we are going to be most favored. The other thing we've got is Lab Recruiter, another new card from Boomsday project. Battle cry to shuffle 3 copies of a friendly minion into our deck, and hitting a Lab Recruiter I think is going to be very important. Lets us actually lose some of our pogo hoppers and still have a strategy to go for. So we'll be looking to hit a Lab Recruiter pogo hopper hopefully in most games. Yekio, hello Tommy, how's the day there in Australia? It is very cold. It was hailing yesterday, so not typical Australian weather. But we're hype. Glad you joined us for this Pogo Hopper Rogue. We've got some other elements in here. I actually really like this Hench Clan Thug. Give us a different element of the deck, something to do whilst we're trying to draw into those Pogo Hopper elements, or after that plan has failed, or before that plan has begun. So I really like this Hench Clan inclusion. We've got some general threats with SI7s in here. Witchwood Piper helps us to hit either our Lab Recruiters or our Pogo Hopper, so I really like this. Also combines quite well with the Shadow Step. Assassinate in here. I think this is one of the first kind of concessions to being a budget deck. We'd rather this be something like a Vile Spine Slayer, but Assassinate is just fine. We've got these preparations in here also. Get a nice cheap murder effect off. Vanish is another way for us to get our pogo hopper back to the. And another thing that we can combine with our preparation, if we can hit like a prep vanish, return a pogo hopper, play it again, a nice big threat on an open board, that's going to be a really big deal. Other than that, we've got some sprint in here to help restock, draw some of those pogo hoppers we shuffle in. And yeah, other than that, I think the main thing that we're going to be looking for is, ways that we can upgrade the deck, different things that we can slot in. Also want to pay attention to if we want a card like Youthful Brewmaster, or just more ways to bounce the pogo hopper back, or if we already have enough. We even have the option of going for like the secret cheat death as another way to get these hoppers back into our hand, but. Yeah, we'll jump into some games and see how this one goes. Okay. Here's the Hunter. I don't want any of these because they're not pogo hoppers. There's our pogo hopper. So a significantly worse hand than the others that we've gotten. Piper. Get to see if we go for the hopper on 2, or try and just do some daggery things. We'll just go for the dagger. How does this deck perform against Deathrattle Hunter? Can't imagine very well. Not a deck that puts a lot of pressure on the opponent. But they're not putting a lot of pressure on us, so... We'll stay patient. We'll stay patient. Especially if this Piper finds us a... if this Piper finds us a lab recruiter, we don't want to have lost our pogo-hopper. The Egu.
Here we go.
Do we do eviscerate, backstab, or do we get the SI out there?
So many options. I already attacked.
It sucks to use that many resources to just kill this egg in the hope that our opponent just doesn't have a replacement one or a replacement Deathrattle effect. But there is the potential that they don't, and our opponent has a handful of cubes and a handful of Dreadscale Stalkers and things like that. Tempo cube, please. Witchwood Grizzly.
Come dance to my song.
There's a lab recruiter, so we're starting to get things moving, but our opponent is also in that phase of the game, especially if they attack here and cube this bear. It's not the most... Oh, that's a pretty good one.
I want you, and you, and you!
Let's dance.
We're going to lean on this sprint pretty hard. Top 5, 6 cards of our deck are going to have to be pretty good. Eggs, no! No, no 5/5s.
Step right up!
Here we go.
See if we get punished for not sapping this egg. Not completely. Taking 8 here. Ugh.
Here we go.
Of course, don't want to sap this Terrascale Stalker, or else it just makes another 5/5.
Where's my...
Oh, not Charge Devils, oh please. Hi, man.
Well played.
What do you mean, well played?
go.
What do you mean, well played? Please, please just let my bunnies get there. Please. That's all I want. I want that bunny lethal. Spider bomb. Don't have a skater bot. No. No. No, wait. So what are our outs here? We could hit a shadow step off of the sprint.
So many options.
I mean, or more pogo-hoppers, but, you know, no dice on that one. Yikes indeed.
This one's
Too soon. Here we go.
Ugh. Yucky. That's pretty yucky, friends. I think we'd need to rely on the other vanish to get us through, but that last sprint was not the selection of cards that we were looking for.
Where's my...
Not a Devil's Soul, please.
Come dance to my song. So many options. Too soon.
Alright, so this sets up this pogo-hopper to be lethal if they don't do anything about it. So if they have a hunter's mark, they'll probably do something about it. But it also means that if they just try and set up some taunts, we've got the 2 assassinates, so we can get through 2 Witchwood Grizzlies. So this kind of comes down to them having an answer for this pogo-hopper. The other option was to try and keep the shadow step, but like, I don't know what we would be doing with it. What, shadow step this, play it again. Don't have enough mana to play the pogo-hopper. So like I said, this line is kind of contingent on them not having a second hunter's mark, or have got any, you know, rush poisonous things off the builder beast. They're locked with cards in hand, so They gotta play something before they build a beast, which should hopefully reduce their options. Well, they've disconnected, and the climax of this game. No, Katharina, are you playing the Devil's Oars? No, that was the last. I figured since we were only seeing Grizzlies and High Mains that this was like a more low to the ground one. We finally got there. Yes! Bunny lethal! Got him. Woo! Okay.
I will fight with honor.
Watch
Against the Paladin.
back.
So usually I think in a deck like this I would full mulligan to try and hit the pogo-hopper. But given that Phantom Knives, if we assume that our opponent is on Old Paladin, Phantom Knives is going to be one of our most powerful cards, and it does cycle, I think we'll just keep the fan. We'll just hedge a little bit. Biazzle, hello fellow wavies. Ooh, rocking that sub badge too. How you doing? Oh, look at this.
The light dims, but we fight.
So we can coin, hopper, shadow step. This sets us up to be able to go next turn hopper, lab recruiter, and we don't want to play the hopper this turn, I don't think, in case our opponent has like double Acarus veteran or blessing of might. That'll really ruin our day.
Reporting for duty.
Yekio, I've come to met your Twitch channel because of your YouTube videos. Welcome then. My gosh, it's always good to see some people coming over from the from YouTube. Glad that you enjoyed the content enough to come and want to check things out. I'm sure that the time zones don't help, but we are looking to do some more late night for me streams for everyone. Try and get the love out there. Biazzle, dope subscriber icon. What are we playing today? We're doing some budget pogo-hopper rogue from Jeleniowatyy. A lovely, lovely person. I think we'll just dagger up. This fan. Our opponent isn't odd rogue though. Isn't odd paladin rather. So I think we can just cycle this. Yeah, we're playing some Jeleniowatyy pogo-hopper rogo. Pogo-rogo. I actually had the pleasure, I was saying before, of catching a Jeleniowatyy stream. Yucky. They're on the Polish time zone. Let's just get this off the board so it doesn't get war geared up.
Job's done.
Random question, but which legendary you think would be better to craft? Geosculptor or Crowley? Ooh. Jeez, that is a
Is here.
Ooh, Geosculptor or Crowley? Let me just think what we want to do here. Geosculptor or Crowley? I think they both probably see a similar amount of play. Maybe with Crowley edging out Geosculptor. And also Crowley's going to be around for a lot longer. So I would recommend going for Crowley. But also I think you should consider, you know, make sure that you have a lot of the... oh, wow. I would make sure that you have a lot of the existing neutral legendaries first, you know, the odd and even stuff, Leroy, Blood Mage Thalnos.
Come dance to my song. Here we go. Here we go.
A grim destiny.
One step ahead of me? Yeah. I think as long as you've got all of the neutral stuff, I think a craft like Crowley would be okay. Especially if you think you're going to be on Warrior for quite a while. Pretty scared with what our opponent's doing here. Got some spicy cards. Bolvar. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, seems like a great time to go for a fan. I think we'll actually deploy the Thug here.
Let's dance. Here we go.
Which seems a little bit odd, but... yeah, we've got the Hopper, we've got the Vanish, got the Sprint. See if this Thug can maybe push our opponent to make a rash decision.
Reporting for duty.
I want to like Warrior, but I hate playing against Deathstalker Rexa as Warrior. I can see that being a bit of a tough matchup, for sure.
So many options.
Yuck. That was not a great draw. We did have a lot of things we could hit. We could have hit backstab. Prep is what we were trying to hit there, though. Ooh, combinations. But now we lose our Thug for very little gain. So how do we dig ourselves out of this conundrum, this predicament?
So many options.
So we can Vanish and then pogo-hopper, they'll play Sunkeeper.
Job's done.
Play Divine Shield Quest Paladin. Divine Shield Quest Paladin. Rabbit Thing, how you doing? Welcome, welcome.
Unity.
Ooh. That's a pretty good one. Where's an assassinate when you need one?
I want you, and you, and you.
Halt! Who goes there?
Get ourselves a nice wide board to make our opponent's Tarim a bit worse. We've also got the Vanish to see if we can try and reset this pogo-hopper. Mechano Egg. Interesting. We could try and crack the egg and then vanish.
Protocol 7 in place.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, because of the changes to buffs, I guess I blanked totally and thought that sapping it back to his hand would just be a war gear, but it is not. Oh, we can kill it.
I wonder.
This guy's toast. Step right up.
It kept lifesteal. Yeah, it kept all the Ziliax buffs. So that was a change. They changed the way that buffs work and how buffs are when buffs are retained. And I'm guessing it's for that kind of exact interaction to make sap and other such effects not as good against against magnetic. So yeah, when you buff something, I guess it now retains its buffs when it gets returned to hand, which is something that it previously didn't. It used to be that like you had like deck, hand, field, then like graveyard or whatever, and things would only essentially retain their buffs when going forward in that, except a graveyard. Okay. Oh, we did get the assassinate.
Step right up. Step right up. Hey,
Here we go.
Alright. Now hopefully our opponent will play Tarim. Does it show the buffs in your hand? I think it would. Oh no, I've never had it happen. I've never had it go from field to hand with a buff on it. Or maybe I have, like with a Keleseth buff, but I've just never noticed it. Angoro belongs to the Titans. This is a little bit risky. We might be playing into our opponent's like Equality Consecrate or just Equality. But like we can't vanish or else we just put ourselves in the same position. We can't kill the Tarim with just what we have in hand. So 1 damage off. And with the backstab, dagger, and 3 power. So let's see what they got.
Winter is here.
Corpse Taker with all the buffs? No, no Divine Shield, so no Divine Shield minions left. They may have... I think they played both Righteous Protectors, so... opponent going ham.
Reporting for duty.
Do we prep Vanish so that we can play all of the pogo-hoppers? Or do we just Vanish and play 2 of them? I guess there'll be 15/15s, right? So that might be good enough. Like, these don't retain their buffs, though. So maybe it's only like opponent's effects? Or maybe maybe magnetic is just a specific thing that, like, they become a new entity.
Put your faith in the light.
So yeah, if we'd gone for the prep, we would have been able, we might have been able to lethal them this turn. I don't want to get killed by a true silver champion either, right? Oh, we get killed by the weapon, right? Yeah, so there's nothing we can do about that. Unfortunate. Yep, should have gone for the the prep Vanish on that turn, but that game was really close. Really close. I'm happy with that. I'm not sure what our opponent was trying to do, but they had some interesting elements. We had to try and play around things that they weren't on, and it was an interesting game.
For Doomhammer.
Okay, that's the druid. Interesting. We could try and hit a Shadow Step to do the same thing we did last game with the Hopper and the Lab Recruiter. We could keep the Hench Clan as kind of a different thing to do, like in case this isn't working out. But I think that we got to try and be explosive, and this is what the deck's all about. Now we really wish we had that Hench Clan done. Oh, the second Hopper might save us, right? So do we go for the turn 1 Hopper, and if they have, like, see if they, like, zap or do anything about it? We'll play the slow game. This coin, I think, is quite valuable. Don't roll the 1/1. Damn it. Damn it, Juroku. Another 1/1. Now I wish we daggered on that first one.
How long can this go on?
Chizzy Gizla.
Go on. I want you, and you, and you.
Big shots. I think what another thing that may have changed is if we Lab Recruiter and shuffle a pogo-hopper in and that pogo-hopper already has a buff, it may retain that buff because it's creating copies. Wish we had Thalnos in this deck. That'd be pretty juicy.
Come dance to my song.
Still got some bunnies in the deck. Opponent going face. The removal. Brewmaster. Whoa, strong. And the healing, right on time.
Come dance to my song.
Alright, now that we've got the lab recruiter, we'll try to get some more hoppers in the deck. So let's eviscerate this thing.
Let's dance.
Just so we don't get bloodlusted out of the game as well. What do you got? Oh my gosh. So many chain gangs. Surely we're getting bloodlusted at some point, right?
So many options.
We could just vanish, I guess. I feel like we want to vanish next turn, though. When we can vanish and deploy a pogo-hopper.
Ah, this guy's toast.
Let's dance. Let's dance.
We're not getting bloodlusted today. Though, I'm guessing this is more likely to be maybe like a Shutterwalk variant, like the fair Shutterwalks. The ones that play kind of less combo-y, but more just kind of this beat down. Shutterwalk Resident Sleeper, agree.
I wonder. Let's dance.
I want you, and you, and you.
I'll choose soon.
Who goes there?
Here we go.
Make sure we can't get hexed out of this game. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be so low. feel like we have to like prep sprint, draw a billion pogo hoppers, and hope that they don't have that the volcano doesn't kill them all. Volcano now. Banana tide.
Here we go.
Job's done.
Ooh, Biazzle with the knowledge. So when you copy cards, it works in a flow, and only copies enhancements or enchantments if it's moving forward in that flow. E.g., deck to hand, deck to play, hand to play. If you copy within the same zone, it will also retain enchantments. And that's just a general thing, so like, I think specific wording overrides that, or whatever. Like Kangors and things like that. So if we're shuffling copies into our deck, so from play to deck, that's not going forward. So from play to hand is not going forward, so it doesn't retain it. Nine and 11. Let's get an extra damage in.
Job's done.
Because that means if this is 20, we can dagger up and shiv. We can get 22. Pogo army time. But the magnetic stuff works as non-enchant. Ah, it's not an enchantment. It's merging two cards to create a new card, like a zombies. Oh no, we're probably dead. They don't have the. They didn't have Grumble though.
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch. My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
We good here? Don't have another glacial shard. Please. Lightning bolt me. I guess we have to sprint and hit prep vanish, right? There's vanish. No prep though. I think we're taking a loss here, fam. Damn it. Oh, we tried to go for it, but that was a excellent start from our opponent. I don't think I usually expect Shutterwalk to compete on board that well. I guess we're not exactly designed to compete on board. We didn't really do anything for the first couple of turns, so I guess we should expect that. But yeah, another one that was kind of close. I think we definitely had a line for victory, and opponent stuffed us up. Okay, we've just finished off playing some games with Jeleniowaty's budget pogo-hopper rogue, and honestly, all of the games were really fun. I think that's what we'll take out of playing this deck. Obviously, if I look on HS replays and look at a lot of the existing pogo rogos, a lot of them are actually very expensive lists. They play a lot of legendaries. You know, a lot of them have Valera in there. Vile Spine, of course, is an epic that you almost have to have. As well as things like Sonya Shadow Dancer, which goes very, very well with the Pogo Hopper. Unfortunately, a lot of these decks also have a very low win rate, so not something that I would suggest crafting unless you have dust to burn. But I think this is a nice little deck that you'll have some fun with. You'll get to deal 15 damage to your opponent with a pogo-hopper, and yeah, some other interesting budget options that might be worth experimenting with. Maybe we can find some room in the deck for cards like Doomsayer, or just any way to make the game kind of drag out a little bit longer. It seems like a lot of the games we win were kind of decided on us, kind of spinning our wheels in the mid game, setting up a turn where we can get like a big vanish, and deploy some pogo hoppers, and making our opponent have to have an answer that turn. Otherwise, we can use our saps, we can use our assassinates, we can use our burn to remove their blockers and hit them for a very large amount, 15, 20, 25, even situations there where we could have, hit our opponent for up almost 30. So I think that there's definitely some experimenting worth doing here, especially in the budget aspect, the youthful brewmaster that I mentioned before. But other than that, really fun. If you want to beat some people down with bunnies, give it a craft. Big shout out to Jeleniowatyy as well for giving this deck to us. They're an absolute legend. Go check their content out. If you are watching on YouTube, all the links will be down in the description, including a link over to Jeleniowaty's channel and a link over to the Hearthstone article on this deck. Give it a +1. Leave a lovely, thoughtful comment. All my links will be down there as well. Best place to catch me is on Twitter at Tommy_wave. And until next time, I hope you all stay wavy. Bye.